You're listening to the Get Rich Podcast. This is not a financial advice podcast. This is a podcast with two friends talking about how to get rich. Thank you for listening.
Tyler, I had another idea.
Let's hear it, John.
I'm going to do Halloween stuff on my land.
That sounds spooky.
Boo. I just want to get rich. Get rich.
Get rich. Get rich.
So I'm gonna start a podcast.
Get rich. Get rich.
How come no one's ever done this?
Get rich. Get rich.
Now it's time to...
Now it's time to get rich.
You're like, I'm committed to this and I'm doing it. All right. So what do you mean Halloween stuff? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's so many things. You can do so many things for Halloween. Halloween/fall, you know.
That broadens it. That's
so
good.
many options. I'll just pick one and start with it. So as we have previously mentioned, I have some land. You know, I got a handful of acres. I can put Halloween stuff on it and people will pay me money.
Well, let's back it up. I like what you said. Halloween, perfect. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you say that for now, but it's a fall thing. Make it fall so that because you're in a religious area, you don't want to discourage people from coming. This is a fall festival. This is a fall event. This is a pumpkin patch.
Hey, no discrimination here. I will offer activities for all religious groups and or not religious groups, you know. The first, I guess, generic one, you know, do like a pumpkin patch on my land.
That's a great idea. You have to plant pumpkins in like June or July,
yeah.
I think. We tried it. It was late July. Our pumpkin vines have died.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm just talking about paying somebody to just dump a truckload of pumpkins on my land.
I think that's what most of the pumpkin patches are.
I think, yeah.
Most of them that I've been to.
That's what they do.
It's like, hey, come check out our pumpkin patch. And it's like, no, this is just part of your yard that you haven't mowed, that you've thrown a bunch of pumpkins out on. And now you're going to overcharge me first to come onto your yard.
Or like a pumpkin graveyard or something. Like, I don't know.
Now that's spooky. A pumpkin graveyard. Yes. Okay. Keep going.
Kind of
Keep
do a
talking.
different angle. I just thought of another idea. It's like a lot of churches do this, right?
Come get a zombie pumpkin. Not the churches. Sorry.
No, but a lot of churches have pumpkin patches.
Yes.
Or sell pumpkins that someone dumped onto their land. I wonder if they get a special deal maybe because they're a church. It's probably not that hard to start a church. Hey, that should be its own episode idea there.
Yeah.
But if I'm just say I'm a church, maybe I get the church deal, you know? How much does it cost?
Nothing about your area looks like a church.
I just put a sign up somewhere.
This is a house church. That's a new trend. And look, we can't talk about that anymore if it's going to be an idea.
we can maybe. Well, I don't know. Anyways, that was a bit of a side note. But yeah, dump a bunch of pumpkins. People pay, I don't even know, what's the going price?
I mean, you can charge $5 to $10 probably.
Yeah.
$5 for a kid, $10 for an adult, or vice versa, depending on how you're feeling.
Yeah, okay.
Now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of the fall pumpkin patch things that I've been to are basically dumping it. People are going to dump stuff on my yard. Like there's that one, I don't remember what little town it's in, but it's like they've got all the corn kernels, like they've got like a big thing full of corn.
God, what is its name?
And it's like, you could do that.
Megan's
you don't
going
have
there.
to. Yeah. But again, just have people dump a bunch of stuff in your yard.
But no, you offered another idea. Well, this just adds on. You offer, you know, concessions. You offer a face painter.
Yes.
And every extra thing is like, hey, give me $5 more.
Yes.
So
once you have them on your property,
you try to milk them for every dollar they have. Offer a bunch of, hey, you want a water? $5. Hey, you want your face painted by someone who's probably can't do it that good? $5.
And you get 2 free pumpkins.
2 free pumpkins. Yeah,
this is a good idea. This is really coming together. Because if you can get a family to come onto your property,
right?
2 adults, 2 kids, and that's $30 at however you want to price it. You made $30 off of these people.
Mm-hmm.
They can have 2 pumpkins for nothing. Because you're not going to sell, like, the pumpkins didn't cost you $30.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much a truckload of pumpkins cost,
But
but
2 of them is not going to be $30.
no, definitely not.
They come, they experience the pile of corn, the face painting, the water.
Yeah. My dad actually has a few little piles of corn on his land. It's kind of rotted now, though, because he just had some left over from, I think, in his feeders for hunting last year. I don't know if people would want to play in rotted corn.
Zombie corn.
Zombie corn.
You got to...
fermented zombie corn.
Yeah. As it gets closer to Halloween, you open up these other things that are
Exactly.
more spooky. Because
Yeah.
now you're trying to bring in the high schoolers.
Yeah. Well, whoever enjoys spookiness, a lot of high schoolers do. A lot of adults do.
Zombie corn will do it.
Zombie corn. But speaking of more spooky stuff, I have some woods.
Okay.
Our neighbor has a bunch of woods. You just throw up some fake, spider webs. There's probably real spider
Yeah,
webs
that's what I was
back
gonna-
there too.
That's what I was going to say. You don't have to throw up fake ones. There are going to be
just
plenty of just
go to
normal
the dollar
ones.
store, get some cheap Halloweenish decorations, spread them around. Get a few people to dress up scary and hide behind a tree for a few hours a night.
Yeah.
Jump out at people. You probably wouldn't even have to pay those people. There's some people who I would assume just enjoy scaring people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
I could just throw something up on Craigslist or whatever people use nowadays.
You might still want to do background checks.
I'll get everybody to sign a waiver before
Okay.
they come over
Yeah, yeah.
and do the scary woods.
That is the scariest part about the whole thing. That's legitimately scary.
If you have to sign a waiver, you're like, ooh, this is going to be good.
yeah, yeah.
That's at least what I think.
I've been to a few of these, and there's always a waiver.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done a jump scare tour where you go through a house or woods. I think I went to Busch Gardens one time, and it was like around Halloween. It may have
Okay.
been when I lived in Tampa. I can't remember.
I know I went with a couple of people from work, and
I don't know.
there was the best part about it is that you go through these haunted houses. I hate that they're called that because they're not haunted houses. They're just like, hey, things are going to jump out at you. But the best part about it was you get through one of them, and then there's this sense of safety, right? But then they have these people wearing stilts, and they're dressed up like trees, and they're standing in the corners. So it's like you get through one, and you're panicky a little. You're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
it's over. And then the tree bends over and grabs you, and it's like,
Just when you thought you were safe or out of the scary zone,
yeah,
they get you.
yeah.
But yeah, you could even charge like $10-$20 a person for something like that.
Pumpkin patch is one price. Spooky
yeah,
woods.
I'm not
is
even
another.
saying if you come and do one, you got to do the other.
Well, here's the thing, right? You could still
one's
use,
daytime, one's nighttime.
and you could still use that maybe as the maze. Because there's corn mazes this time of year too.
Yeah.
So
I
that
don't
could
know
be
how good of a maze you could make out of pumpkins.
Well, no, maybe not pumpkin.
You stack 'em up on
You
each
get
other.
You get a whole lot of pumpkins. It's gonna smell awful when November rolls around, December rolls around. This 3-foot high pile of pumpkins that you've got all over your yard,
Hey, turn them into compost. Boom, more money in my pocket.
and then you're selling the compost
Exactly.
or enriching your own soil
Yep.
for
Either
any
way,
farm that you want to start.
one man's trash is another man's compost.
I guess that's how it works. Okay, so a fall festival pumpkin patch. What are some other things you could throw on here?
Well,
I love
like
the
I s-
concessions.
Yeah, sell some drinks, sell some, hot dogs, hamburgers. I don't know. What do people like to eat around fall that I can buy cheaply or make cheaply?
Ooh, candied apples. I haven't seen enough candied apples.
I haven't
Or
seen
caramel apples.
Okay. Yeah. Could do that.
I haven't seen those at any of them that I've been to.
They're missing a huge opportunity right there.
That's right. That's a healthy snack.
I could put a porta potty or two, charge $1 for entry or
You're
something.
going to charge for toilets?
Hey man, I'm trying to monetize whatever I can monetize.
You're going to
I
monetize.
mean, if you need to pee, do it on a tree. If you got to go number 2, pay for the loo. Huh? You like that?
I do. You got to use a tree. Number 2, pay for the loo.
Yeah.
All right.
So
That's
if I
catchy.
had to poop bad enough, I'd pay $1 to do it.
And you could actually put that on the porta potty.
Yeah.
You know,
If it rhymes, they wouldn't be so upset with it.
they're like, "Oh, that's clever. That's so clever. I mean, who thought of that one?" And if you do it in like a fancy like cricket like label of some kind, that's
There you go with the
You know?
cricket again.
well. I'm just saying that all of a sudden now it's this permanent. It's like a sign, and someone will say, "Oh, that's so clever. John, we need one of those for the house.
Mm-hmm.
We need one of those for the house.
Make you one.
This is great."
$10.
And then you can sell all those other random merch pieces.
Yeah. Okay. Merch. Exactly. Here's a shirt for your, you've been to Spooky Woods. We'll work on the name. But yeah, if they enjoyed the experience, they can have a bit of merch. You want a regular pumpkin, $5. If you want one where, I draw a ghost on it, $10. Just draw a crappy ghost on it.
Are you there at a table, like actively drawing the spooky ghosts while they're at there?
Sure. I'll draw whatever they request. I can't draw good, but, they're paying more for the experience.
You could act as if you've been, like, again, if it's nighttime, then you could act like it is someone else embodying, like, using your body. You are possessed while drawing these images.
That's kind of a weird idea.
Yeah,
I was about to just say you could draw since, you have that art degree. You could put it to use finally and monetize it.
I put
slightly.
it to use every day.
Every day.
I'm always using that art degree.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
You know what? I don't need your judgment.
No judgment. Just saying.
You know what?
Cut to a commercial real quick.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And now a quick word from this episode's sponsor.
Brought to you by Twitch.
Hey chat fam, thanks for hanging with me again for another round of Ranks gameplay in my new favorite game, Flipper XL, Maximum Flip. I think this time I'll finally get that W and be the winner chicken dinner. Thanks Brazil69 for that follow. Oh wow, thanks Cool Dude 77 for the gifted subs. Alright, here we go chat, I'm about to get that dub. Ugh. What? No! No! I swear, I'm not playing this game again until they fix the freaking hacker problem. Don't you agree, chat? Like this game is just full of a bunch of freaking babies and a bunch of freaking hackers, man. Like, what's the deal, guys? What's the deal, devs? Fix the problem and you'll have more people play.
And we're back.
Awesome. So what I haven't seen at any of these is like pre-cut jack-o'-lanterns.
Okay, I like that idea.
Right? I think that could be because some people want jack-o'-lanterns, but then they can't find the time in their busy day.
Man, have you carved pumpkins?
I have. It's messy.
It's messy and it takes longer than you think it should.
It really does.
So I'd have to charge a lot for those.
You could charge a little bit extra. And if you have someone on staff that like really enjoys it,
mm-hmm.
I mean, and also once you get into the groove of something,
I wish my kid was a little bit older because then I could like get
trust
him
him with
to do
knives.
it. Well, trust him with knives and he'd like could do it.
I'm not sure if I like in myself trust anyone else with a knife. Anytime I see someone using a knife, it makes me uneasy.
That's funny.
I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to charge a lot because it'd take you at least 20 or 30 minutes per pumpkin, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, have to be a big upsell there. What if you know how people like those special looking pumpkins? Like there's like bluish ones. There's
Yeah.
like the orangish green ones. What if you just got a bunch of cheap paint and like dipped the pumpkins in it, and you could charge like different colored pumpkins?
But
you
are
could
you
do that in like 2 seconds.
But are you selling it as painted pumpkins or are you selling it as
I'm just selling
weird?
it as a red pumpkin, a black pumpkin.
But do they know it's painted?
I don't. If they like chip at it with their fingernail, they may figure it out.
But you don't want them. I don't know. It reminds me of the painted dogs or the dyed dogs that I talked about, where it's like it's misleading your customer.
I'm not going to mislead them. I'm not going to say this is. I think what was it, Geraldine or those blue ones or something. I'm not going to say this is a special pumpkin breed that grows this color. I'm just going to say, hey, red pumpkin, black pumpkin, whatever kind of colored pumpkin you want.
Okay.
You know, we've done some tie-dye recently and probably got some of the stuff for that. I don't know how good that would work on pumpkins, that paint. We could figure it out.
And also, I mean, ugly pumpkins, they do sell at
the
things
ones
like
that
this.
just
The
aren't
weird
generic
ones.
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's the ones that have got bumps all over them and stuff.
Yeah, weird looking warty pumpkins. Those can be pretty cool too. And you don't even have to carve those, but if you did carve them, then now that's an extra thing. It's even more.
Yeah.
Working with the warts.
What is the most someone would pay for a unique or carved pumpkin, though?
I don't, it depends on how much work you put into it. If we're talking like, you know, the 2 triangles and 3 crooked teeth, then, you know, I mean, I personally wouldn't want to pay $10 more than the pumpkin. You know, so if the pumpkin is $10, I wouldn't want to pay more than $20 for that. I'm not even sure if I personally would pay $20. I'm not giving your customers pricing ideas. You know, if we need to remove this, we can, but that's me personally.
Yeah.
Now, if you...
I just don't think anybody would ever spend more than $50 on a pumpkin. Like, no matter if you spent 16 hours carving it, I just don't see someone paying more than $50 for a pumpkin.
Maybe not.
So I don't
Maybe
know.
not.
We'd have to find that how much effort for how much we're getting out of it kind of thing.
That brings us back to the weird, like, overpriced sticks and lawnmowers. And why is the pricing scale in the world so weird?
Yeah.
Why do I expect a basket to be, you know, less than $20 when this is like, how much time did someone take to make this basket?
Exactly. It's a weird world we live in right
It
now.
would take me so long to carve a to weave a basket.
It would.
It'd take me a long time to carve one too. If you gave me a tree and I had to carve a basket out of the tree, that might take me longer.
A lot longer.
Or to carve a basket from a pumpkin. Actually, that might not take too long. Just take the top off and empty it out, and that's like a basket. So, okay. I mean, with the carved pumpkins and the markup you can get there, and including maybe the spooky woods, the idea of hiring people, then all of a sudden you're eating into your own costs.
Well, I just said,
Yeah.
I guarantee you I could find people who just get a kick out of scaring people, and they would come and do it for free. I guarantee you I could find people. Just put an ad up on Craigslist. Hey, do you like to scare people? Want to do it?
Please respond.
Please respond.
You know, that alone would be its own like interesting like little social study. Just go ahead and do that on Facebook, and then we could, you know, add it to this show.
Yeah.
You know, FYI, we left this ad up for, you know, 5 days, and we got 150 respondents.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see. Now I'm a little...
Yeah, now you see that that's the scariest part. Do you want to scare people in the woods for free?
Yeah. Well, just because I pay them, you know, $20 or $50, that doesn't mean that's not going to prevent them from murdering somebody, which would be like the fear, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. May just have to enlist my family to scare people.
Your kid would love it.
He would.
He would love scaring people.
He would love it. So, there's lots of ways to make money with this. You get them here for the pumpkins, then you know, hey, get your face painted, get a specialty pumpkin. You know, we can do some kind of maze. Like, during the day, the woods can be a maze. During night, that's when it turns into the spooky maze.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Or you could cut a maze in the pumpkin patch, quote unquote, pumpkin
How
patch.
is a pumpkin patch going to be a maze?
It's like a Zen maze.
What? It's like...
Yeah. It's just, you
What
know,
is to prevent people from just stepping over the pumpkins?
what's to prevent people from walking straight through on a corn maze?
My wife and I did that one time after we were just like, it's hot. It was like one of those hot falls in Florida.
It's the worst.
And we were like, why? Let's just cut through. This is stupid.
Oh, I can't believe you did that.
Yeah, we got tired of it.
Oh man, this says a lot about you, and I need you to leave this in the episode.
What do you mean?
Wow, this is the kind of guy that cuts through a corn maze.
Listen, we gave it a good effort. We gave it a good try. It was before we even had a kid, I think. Yeah.
A lot of them come with like a map. I mean, granted,
No,
you have
this
to
one
figure
didn't.
out the map, but
Yeah.
still.
No,
It's
if
a
I
lot
had a
easier.
map, no problem. We had no map. It was hot. It was one of those days where it like started off cold, but then it got hot.
And
so
it's
we
humid,
were
and
dressed.
you're there in the farm, in the corn, and there's no wind. That's the
No
word. There's
wind.
no wind in the corn
just
maze.
sun and corn.
And humidity. And you're just sweaty, and it's gross.
And I wasn't like trying to prove anything like, oh, we can beat this maze. It's like, listen, we paid $5 extra to come do this. We got our money's worth. It's over. It's like if you go and you're watching a movie and it sucks.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch the whole movie unless
Yeah.
it's like so bad it's good.
The sunk cost fallacy is what it's called.
Yeah,
when
sure,
you
that.
you think that you've invested so much that you have to see it all the way through. It's a fallacy. Quit, do something else.
Exactly.
So
It's got to come up with a good name.
I mean, all I can think of is like, come for the pumpkins, stay for the jumpkins.
The jump.
I don't know. That's what you call the spooky people in the woods. Because they'll all be Nathan. They'll be jumpkins. They're little and they jump. Come for the pumpkins, stay for the jumpkins. They only come out at night.
We'll work on that.
It's the slogan. That's not the name.
But anyways, we'll workshop the name. I think it's a good idea. It's seasonal, but you could probably have steady business like all of October.
Absolutely. If you call it a pumpkin patch or a fall festival, or you have a specific day that is the fall festival at your pumpkin patch, and that's another thing. You could get local musicians.
Yeah.
Like all the musicians that responded to us when we said we needed help writing a country song.
Yeah.
They could all come.
They could.
You could pay them a small fee. Hey, man, I'm giving you exposure.
Yeah, right? But I think it's a really good idea. And let's do it, man.
I'd like to see it.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to the Get Rich Podcast. Go to our website, getrichpod.com, or email us at jnt@getrichpod.com to let us know what you thought about an episode or to submit episode ideas. If you really want to support us, subscribe to our Patreon. You can find us at patreon.com/getrichpod. Subscribers will have exclusive access to vote on ideas we try, access to videos of us doing the ideas, as well as weekly bonus content. Thanks for listening.